Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, I'm so happy to bring to you with my old lady scrunchie and my old lady sweater an old time video. It is time for an It's Been a While video. Guys, this is where we go back through. This is my version of a shop your stash, and I get to go through and basically play with makeup stuff I haven't used in quite some time with you guys, and hopefully we all get re-inspired by stuff we already have in our makeup collection. Now before we go ahead and jump into the eye look, I am just throwing on some Tarte Shape Tape. This is in Porcelain Beige. This is going to be my lid primer. And also I obviously went ahead and did my brows already. I went in with my Urban Decay Brow Blade. If you were wondering, that is what that is. Now this is where if you do not follow me on Instagram, girl, you should be, because the palette I'm using today is the Natasha Denona 28 palette. I think I'm gonna use this purple themed one. I do have both right here, and it was requested to me over on Instagram when I asked you guys to ask me questions the other day. One of you said, hey girl, no questions, but will you use this palette? I wanna be inspired. And I was like, hell yes girl, I will. I am on it. That is what we are using today. And I'm super excited because hello, look at these colors. These palettes from Natasha Denona. Beautiful. I'm obsessed. Hello, I need a brush. Oh boy, I forgot about how much I love these plastic things. This is good. Okay. So I think to go ahead and start working through the crease, I'm actually going to grab this bright purple shade right here, and I'm just gonna start really stamping this through the crease area nice and large. There really isn't a super light shade for transition in this palette, so I'll probably just work with this one a little bit and sheer it out and give me a nice little bit of wiggle up through here, up into my upper brow bone. And for the record, to do all of that, I just used the BH V5 brush, if you were wondering. Now moving on from there, I want to deepen up the inner and the outer corner of both eyes. So I'm going to go in with this deep, almost like mauve-y purple tone. And I'm going to take that on this BH number 5 brush, but this one is from their Rose Quartz collection, so you can see it's a lot more stunted. And I do get a ton of questions, just as a side note, about this brush collection. I am obsessed with this Rose Quartz collection from BH. If you are looking for a really good, well-rounded collection that has a lot of very nice brushes in it, this is a great option. And if you're able to, buy it off of their website. A lot of times their kits and stuff like this are way on sale. Just taking this color and tucking it into this inner and outer areas and pulling it in just a freckle. But for the most part, I just want to use it to really marry with that first purple shade and get everything good and blended. And then I'm just going to go back in with that first BH V5 brush here, and I'm going to work it through and blend both of those colors together at that nice middle crease area right there. Just to make sure there's no harshness, no lines, nothing crazy. Now next up, I'm gonna grab this beautiful periwinkle shade right here, and I'm gonna take this on the Sigma E60 large shader brush, and I'm gonna pack that onto the little center of white lid space that is left right there. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh, hello. Now in my mind, when I was picturing this palette, I thought, what is something else I haven't gotten to use or play with in a while? And then it occurred to me, hello, Stila glitters. Yes, wouldn't that make this look just come together and live its best life? Yes, it would. So I grabbed a couple that I thought might work for a purpley-ish look. Oh my God. Ooh, which one is this? This is in Siren. Oh my God. Then next to that right here, we have Wanderlust. Oh, and then Perlina. Oh, that one's, oh God, okay. Why did I pick 4? Why didn't I only let myself pick 1? That would have been smart. Future things to note. Then the last one I grabbed is right here. That's the shade Gypsy. So these are the 4 that I have. Obviously all are stunning. So first off, let's grab the shade Sea Siren, which is like this beautiful duochrome to metallic blue shift. And let's take that. We're gonna be putting this right in the center of the eye and just haloing it out. And then I'm just gonna use my finger to tap it all over that mobile lid area. Oh, yep. That was a good decision, Paige. Guys, I really should be playing with these more, shouldn't I? Like, look at this, hello. Now I'm gonna add just a little bit of Perlina to the dead center of that as well, and really just layer those 2 colors a little bit just to give me a little bit more dimension. Just a freckle, like look at how much brighter that is. Oh, yes. Yep, I'm obsessed. So for right now, we're gonna leave the eyes as they are, and we're gonna move on to the rest of the face, and I'm super excited. I already went in, primed and prepped the rest of my skin because, as you guys know, I typically only do a primer or a foundation, and today I pick foundation, and I am choosing the Lancôme Tint Idole Ultra Wear. This is one that everybody raves about. I'm excited to try it today now that my skin has changed a ton and just see what I think about it. And I have the shade 090 Ivory Neutral, and we're gonna give this a shake, and we're just gonna apply it to the skin using my Real Techniques beauty sponge here, and we're just gonna see what we think of it. Before I try to pump it on the back of my hand, probably should get rid of the swatches. Otherwise, I'm gonna have glittery ass foundation. I hope this color works. Oh, she's light. She's gonna be a light princess today, aren't we? Okay, that's all right. That's okay. You know what? It's just reality, Paige. Let's blend it in. And the sad reality is it really that far off? No, no, it's not. You know what's funny is that I remember back when I played with this the first time, I was like, wow, everybody talks about how great the coverage is. And I swear it's never as good on me as it is on everyone else. Like, what is happening here? I don't know. And what really gets me is that my redness and my hyperpigmentation, like, they're not that bad right now. I should be able to build coverage easier than this. At least I think so. Oh yeah, that's right. This one oxidizes on me, girl. Ooh, let's just pull a little bit of that down the neck, shall we? So as of right now, I like the way it's settling into the skin. I'm just not obsessed with the coverage. I feel like not only is the coverage lackluster, but it also seems to be like sinking into the skin. And I don't know what that's all about, but I also don't love the fact that it's oxidizing. So that's cute. Now for concealer, we're gonna be going in with one I have not touched in a minute. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Concealer. And this is in the shade 10.0 Light Fair Neutral. And I don't know why I haven't used this. I have no real reason. I'm just gonna put a little bit here on the back of my hands, and then I'm going to basically warm it up with my finger and then apply it to the under eye. And I chose this not only because I haven't used it in a minute, but because the shade looked like it would work really well with this foundation, because I wasn't sure if it would oxidize or not, which, oh, it did. Oh boy, did it ever. Boy, this one from IT Cosmetics, girl, she is a thick sister, let me tell ya. Girl after my own thick little heart. I'm just gonna run a little on both jaw lines as well. I'm gonna go in with my same sponge and just blend all that in. So the concealer is actually showing to have like this really beautiful natural sheen to it under the eyes, which I quite like. If anything, I'd say so far, the foundation just continues to really flop for me. Like, I'm not liking the way that it sits on the skin. I feel like the longer it sits, it's losing coverage, which is super bizarre. And I know I've talked about this before, how whenever I go in with a base like this, and I know I'm going in with more and more products, a lot of times I don't care so much if the foundation is super full coverage, because the more you add, the more coverage you get, right? You go in with concealer, then powder, then bronzer, then blush, and before you know it, that little bit of hyperpigmentation maybe you could see through the foundation, you really won't be able to see anymore. And so typically, with that being said, I don't care as much, but I just feel like this foundation, like literally nothing is covering here. And I had stamped so much foundation there. It's just like, where is it all going? I don't know. I'm not loving that. But the concealer is looking quite beautiful. Now, to be fair to the concealer, I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me just under the eye. But then for a throwback, as far as the rest of the face goes, I do wanna try my Huda Beauty Cupcake. And I remember the last time I tried this, I think it was a little bit too dark for me, but I'm hoping that because, guys, my net fell out. Can you, oh my, and it was full. Oh my God. Clean up on aisle everywhere. Oh my God. And the only thing I'm thinking about this entire time is that my under eyes are creasing, so I need to set my under eyes. This is my beauty blender. Okay, let's just wipe that off. Oh, Paige, why did you do that and dump powder on the floor? Oh my God, guys, I'm getting dumber. So we're just gonna forget that happened, and I'm gonna Maybelline Fit Me under the eye real quick because I know we're getting creasy now. Oh man. It is officially a race against the clock, and all my brushes are covered in powder. Oh, crap. So lately I have been applying my powder under the eyes with a brush. However, I'm gonna go in with a super tiny amount on my beauty blender because I can't touch my brushes right now. They're covered in powder. So just 1 second. We gotta re-pat out these creases and then apply some powder. So now to powder the rest of my face, I am going to grab all the remnants of that Cupcake powder from Huda Beauty, and I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe All Over Powder Brush. This is the 211 brush, and I am going to lightly take a thin veil of this setting powder and apply it all over the face, and I'm just tapping off as much as I can. I want a very thin veil. Oh my god, I forgot how scented this was. Girl, okay. We could have done without some of that perfume. And that foundation is already a very matte foundation, so I don't want to overdo the powder, which is part of the reason I chose this one for today, because it's a very, very light, finely milled option. If you're looking for that, if you like to very lightly set your face, it is a good choice. So I figured that would be a good one for today. And I also do see that the color is working out quite well, actually. Okay, I can live with this. Look at that. Good things come from powder dumping everywhere. Not really. Oh my god. Now moving on for the rest of the face, we're going to bronze and blush with this. I have wanted to use it. I've been dreaming of it. I have my Cheek Parade from Benefit. Look at this, you guys. Okay, if you... Oh god, yep, I forgot it did that. See? The whole little inside just falls out. Guys, if you are an OG here and you remember me using this, comment down below. I used to use the absolute crap out of this palette, especially these two. I actually remember when I started to hit pan in my Hula light, I was like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? And then I mixed it with the regular Hula and I was like, ooh, I like this. And then that was my new combination for like months. I was obsessed with this palette. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be going back and forth between those two today and bronzing up my face as soon as I figure out where I put my bronzer brush. I threw it on the floor. Isn't that where everybody keeps theirs? Okay. Now I'm going in with the JH02 brush from the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill collection. This brush is amazing. Now if you did just miss my favorite face brushes video, I will link it up here for you. I did a full video on all the brushes I love, and this was one of them. Oh good lord, this is such a good brush. Oh girl, I forgot how much pigment that Hula had. Hello? Whew. Okay, look at that. We're a bronze queen over here apparently. Whoa, calm down, Paige. Blend that out a little bit. Maybe we should have stuck to Hula Light there, ma'am. You're looking a little over bronzed. Can I just say, as a side note, I love this bronzer, but this foundation just ain't it for me. I can already tell you. This bronzer is blending so patchy on top of it, and I know it's not the bronzer, because like this is one of my all-time favorite bronzers, and literally right here, it just will not blend. Like no matter how much I get up in this hairline right here, I'm looking plotchy and splotchy and not nice. Like, you're really pissing me off. Don't forget, Dorito Cheeto Cupcake right here. Blend it down, make it less round. That's right. And for blush out of that same palette, I think I'm going to grab Dandelion right here. And this is my IT Cosmetics Soft Touch Blush Brush. And we are ever so gently going to apply this to the cheeks. Nothing too crazy. Just want a very light flush. I think the eyes are doing a lot, guys. I really think we just need to back off a little bit on the rest of the face, just a little bit. Because hello, these eyes are very purple. God, I love that blush so much. It's so cute and inviting. It's such a cheeky blush. Like, oh, it's so cute. Okay, now in a funny twist of events, I actually would like to bake the lines on my face just a little bit under the bronzer just to make it a little sharper. So I'm gonna grab my Huda Beauty powder. I'm just gonna tap it all back into the container here and pray and open it up and only spill a little, so that's good. I'm just gonna take my little Real Technique sponge and dunk her on in this powder, honey, and give us a little cut line here. Because why not? Now we're just gonna wait a few minutes, let that sit, and then sweep it all away and move on to the rest of the face. All right, so it's been a few minutes. We are going to dust off this Huda bake here. Oh yes, chiseled cheekbone. Who are you? How's it going? Okay, so next up, I do want to go in and add just a little color to the lower lash line. So I'm going to go in with this beautiful bright periwinkle here that we originally popped in the dead center of the eye. And I think it would look beautiful to put that all over the lower lash line. I don't want to go too dark or too intense down there, but I do want to just give it a little something just to really tie everything together. And I'm taking this on the Morphe M507. Little tiny blender pencil-y style brush. This is great for lower lash line work. So I know it looks a little intense, but we're gonna go ahead and lighten up the inner tear duct right underneath of here. We're gonna take the Stila Perlina glitter and we are going to pop that right under there. And guys, I will tell you right now, I absolutely love these for brightening up the inner corner, for brightening up the lower lash line. Anything can take a little glitter, and these are so easy to use. I like to just put it under there and I kind of pat it out with my finger a little bit. And I'm just taking this and blending it about 1/3 of the way down the lower lash line right there, and you can see how much it just opens up the whole eye. It really just makes everything glow and pop a little bit. Yes. Just going ahead as well and popping a tiny, tiny bit of that right on into the inner corner, which I will layer a little bit of highlight on top of, but I just think that'll look really beautiful to tie in with the lower lash line, just a freckle. Now moving on from here, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm gonna go in first with my Urban Decay All Nighter. This is nothing new. And in honor of all of you that are always afraid I'm gonna hit myself in the face with my mirror, because I do, hello, I bought a fan off of Amazon. Now for highlight, I'm going in with something that I have not used in so long. This is the Smashbox and Vlada Petal Metal Highlight. This is in Gilded Rose. Now to be completely transparent with you guys, back when I used to wear this one a lot, I did love it. But as far as it being the only highlight, no, I've always had to layer this with something brighter on the tops of my cheekbones. Otherwise, I'll actually get kind of a gray cast through here, so. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's just not my favorite, especially now when I've fallen in love with so many other highlights. But it's still pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead here and hit just the tops of my cheekbones, just a tiny, tiny bit with my Ofra in Star Island. This is actually how I used to wear this highlight, is I would go in with it all over the face and give myself that beautiful glow that it gives. And then I would go in actually with my Ofra Glazed Donut highlight, and I would pop the cheekbones just ever so slightly, and it gives such a beautiful look. Like the two of them together are unstoppable, but oh yes, this one will work just fine. Hello. You guys know the drill. Now it is time for some more Urban Decay. And then per usual, as of late, I'm gonna go in with my Catrice Dewy Glow Setting Spray. And that just really helps press all the layers together and helps reduce my texture, girl, yes. So things are coming along very well at this point. I do wanna give all of this a chance to sink into the skin with my setting sprays. So I'm gonna run off of camera, I'm gonna do my hair, throw on some mascara, all that good stuff. And I will be right back to show you the finished look and go over these products. Okay, you guys, I went ahead, I finished up the rest of my face, and first of all, let me tell you, I'm diehard obsessed with this. I think this look turned out absolutely stunning. I love the eyes are just killing me. Like, they are so beautiful, so purple, and they have like a slight grunge element to them, because when I was fanning that light purple through the crease, I made sure to bring it all the way in on both sides, and I'm just living. I feel like it's so unstructured, but also so glitzy and so glammy that I just cannot function, and I am obsessed. Now, I also want to throw out there, I did not go in with fake lashes, because lately I've been talking about this a lot. My eyes have been super dry, super irritated, because yet again, Northern Michigan, welcome to the polar vortex, and everything on me is dry, including my little eyeballs. So obviously I didn't want to go in and irritate them even more with false lashes, but you can do that with any look. It is totally personal preference. For me, I find that a lot of times I love my eyes and my face without them, but you know what? To each his own when it comes to falsies. Now, while we're on the topic of lashes, let's talk about the semi-questionable, was it even safe to use mascara that I went in with today, which would be my original L'Oreal Voluminous mascara. I found this in my drawer the other day. I've used it a couple of times. Now, nothing's happened yet, so I'm assuming it's still relatively good. It is almost completely dried out, but I almost always have one of these on hand because this was my all-time favorite back in the day, and it's still a really good formula to this day. They haven't changed it, they haven't altered it, and I do love this. It is an old ride or die for me, and that's what I use today, and I love it. Now, also on the lips, I went in with two products I haven't used in a minute. I went in first with the ABH Lipstick. This is in the shade Petal. It's one of their matte bullet lipsticks. Now, to be completely honest, I'm not obsessed with the ABH bullet lips when it comes to their matte formula. I find that they're more dense than I typically like. They just feel so thick and creamy. But with that being said, they do feel very creamy. They're nice and opaque. It's just a personal preference when it comes to the feel on my lips. They just feel a little heavy. They actually remind me a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, which I do have from the full face I did of Charlotte Tilbury, which I will link up there. I went in with their, I believe it was the Pillow Talk lipstick, and it was just so thick. I have a really difficult time wearing that lipstick as well, but I do love the color. And over top of that, I went in with a little bit of the NYX Slip Tease. This is in the shade First Date, and I'm obsessed with these, so I thought it would be a nice way to add a little shine and make it a little more comfortable. So it turned out to be the perfect combo. Now, other than that, I do want to run through the other stuff, like I said, tell you guys what I think, and it's been a while, so let's kind of re-review these products. So I'm going to start off with the Denona palettes, and I am obsessed with those still to this day. The quality is amazing, and those were actually two of the first palettes I ever purchased, and it was right before I started my channel, and I started to just dive into makeup. I was really loving everything. I was thinking about a channel, and then all of a sudden I saw a review on Natasha Denona, and I was like, I have to try them. I have to see if they're good. And I feel like purchasing those palettes was actually the catalyst for everything else on my channel. So it was so fun to go back through, pick out that palette, and just enjoy it. So thank you so much to the wonderful human being, again, that recommended it to me over on my Instagram. I know you had no idea that I was going to film this video, but when I got your recommendation, I was like, girl, I know exactly what palette I'm playing with today, and I'm so glad I did. So I really hope that it inspired you, because it made me fall all over in love again with that palette and purples in general. Now, moving on from the eyes was probably the only flop that I would say was just a straight up no thank you for me, and that is the foundation, guys. I just do not love it. I don't like the way it's sitting on the skin. I feel like it's already separating around here. On this area, I had no coverage. It's just not for me. I think in photos, it looks pretty good. I haven't taken my thumbnails yet, so we shall see. But as far as the overall way it's sitting and feeling on my skin, I just feel like I had to apply way too much of it, first of all. Second of all, didn't love the coverage. And third of all, I just don't like the fact that it oxidized. So I don't know, for me, still a miss, which is unfortunate. Now, moving on to the concealer, I had no issues. Like, under my eyes still looks very nice. It doesn't feel super drying under there, which is nice, so it's not sucking out all my hydration. This whole area where I applied it on my jawline, the center of my forehead, all of that looks really good. Then from there, we moved on to the Huda powder, and again, my biggest issue with that is just the smell, that overwhelming perfume smell. Like, as a product, I think it looks beautiful on the skin. I think it gives a very nice, soft focus feel as well as look to the skin, even on camera as I look at myself in the viewfinder. I feel like it looks very nice and soft, which I enjoy, and I love the way that it brightened up my under eye, my jawline. I love all the aspects to it and all of the like technicalities. It's just the smell I have a difficult time with, especially because I'm prone to migraines. So will I use it? Probably, because I think overall the good outweighs the bad, but just as a side note, it is very, very perfumed. So if that's something you struggle with, keep that in mind. Now guys, this should come as no surprise to anyone, but this Cheek Parade palette, she's going to be staying with me for a while, right out front and center. I do not plan to put her away. No, I do not. Because when I did my last It's Been a While video, which I will link up here, I played around with the Dior Backstage Glow and Contour palettes, and I'm telling you, they haven't left this vanity in ever since I filmed that video. So what, like a month and a half ago. And it's just because when you go back through and you rediscover and retouch and feel and experience your favorite face palettes, they give you, or at least for me they do, you guys can tell me if they do the same, they make me feel so magical, and they take me back to the time when I first had it. And for me, this palette especially has like such a special place, because this was when I first started my channel. This was one of the first big palettes that I touched, and I fell in love with it so much back then. And just touching it now, it's so awesome to see how far my makeup has come, how far it has changed, how much my channel has changed and is about to change again. Like, this is just one of those palettes for me that I'm so excited I got the chance to play with again today and fall in love with all over again. So yes, this will be staying front and center. I love the bronzers. I love the blushes. They are so freaking beautiful. Now moving on to this beautiful packaging. Hello, Smashbox Vlada. I remember when I reviewed this collection, the packaging for me was just like the whole selling point. I picked up and reviewed all of it based solely on the packaging. And while I was pretty bummed out about the rest of it, guys, I still can't hate this highlight. I still really enjoy it. I love the sheen it gives. I love that it is the perfect mixture for the 15th time. I know I've said this already in this video, but it is just the perfect mixture of pink and gold. And although it does barely show up on my skin tone, I'm well aware, I find that it just hugs my cheek and almost acts as a blush topper or a blush transition between where I put my blush and where I put my highlight. And when I have that as the base, and then I go in with just a little bit of that Ofra moment, and I just top off the cheekbones and I top off the high points of my face, it just looks so beautiful on the skin, and I really do enjoy it. Now, is it something I would reach for over and over and over again? Probably not, because I do have so many other highlights that I do love, but it was yet again one of those products that it was so fun to revisit and remember why I loved it and what made me just have all the feelings all over again. So for that reason, I do still love it. It's just not something I really gravitate towards on the daily. And you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me and for loving these videos as much as I do. I try to put them up every 4 to 8 weeks roughly, because I just think it's important for everything that is constantly released and thrown at us and everything that we buy and try and test, that we go back and we appreciate stuff that we already have, stuff we've already spent our money on, because at the end of the day, that stuff has to matter just as much as stuff we buy currently. Otherwise, it's just a waste, and I don't want to waste all of this good stuff. So let me know down below, do you still love these videos? Give it a thumbs up if you do. And I do like to throw this out there as well. If there's ever a video you'd like to see or products that are being released that you want me to check out, leave all of that down below, because I do check your guys' comments and I really do go off of what you guys say, hence all of the big changes that are coming. And I just, you guys, I feel like there are so many things happening right now, and I'm so grateful for all of them, and I just love it. And I love that you guys are there for me. Like, for example, I asked you guys if you would please start following me on Instagram and on Twitter, which are linked down in the description box, because I'm on the quest to get verified on Instagram. And so many of you have really showed up for me and went over there and followed me. Even if you don't use Instagram a ton, you're like, hey girl, I'm here, love you, here, I hope this helps. Like, that means so much to me that you guys are always here and always willing to do whatever needs to be done, whether that's subscribe, follow, like, comment, whatever the case is, and I just appreciate it so much. So I just wanted to throw that out there just so you guys know, every like, follow, and comment, and thumbs up, or even thumbs down, every opinion you have, I do take it seriously, and I do really appreciate every single one from you guys, because it's good to know what everyone is thinking and feeling and loving or not loving. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Also, please do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications for this channel if you have not yet, because y'all, if you are new, I upload 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. and it is a good, fun, fresh, lit time over here. So I definitely hope that you will subscribe and come back for some good, fun, daily content. And you guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Yes, we love a good scrunchie. Can you hear me? Oh my God, scared me. Which video am I filming? Paige, get your life together. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of the shade no. Now I'm going to get I love you so much. You're my favorite mom. You're still my favorite. Don't doubt me.